What's going on, my dudes? This is Math Time with Mr. G, and today we're going to talk about the proportion of triangles. So let's pretend we have a triangle. If I cut a line through the triangle and it is perfectly parallel, the cut that I make with one of the sides, then we're going to say that this length here has what's called a proportion or a relationship with this side here. What it is, we don't know, but we can figure it out depending on where it cuts. Because if I had the same triangle, parallel, and then I cut different, this still has a relationship to this. This has a relationship to the whole thing. So it just depends on where we cut it, on how the relationship looks. So let's try to find zy. We don't know what this portion is, so let's just call it x for now. That means that 35 has a relationship to 34. In the same relationship proportionally, x has a relationship to 36. So it doesn't matter how we set up this fraction, but we like to do same side on top, same side on bottom. I could flip those fractions and I get the same answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross multiply. So I have 44x, and then 35 times 36 is 1,260, and divide by 44. X is 28.6. So that's how long this section is. In this next triangle, they say this side is the exact same length as this side. And I know that this side is the same length as this side, which means they cut perfectly down the middle, which means that the relationship between this one and this one is twice as long, because the whole cut in half. The whole cut in half. So I know that 3x minus 1 is twice as long as x plus 2. I distribute. I combine like terms. So x is 4/5. We can also do this with parallel lines with a line cutting through it. We would go straight across and say 120 has a relationship to 150 in the same way, and then let's find what GH is. X is to 300. I then cross multiply, so 150x has multiply 120 times 300, and I get 36,000. Divide by 150 to both sides. X is equal to 240. So the GH is 240 yards. Other than that, be kind to one another, ask lots of questions, and think deeply.